Now, we talk about this every winter. When there's a freeze and then a thaw, potholes pop up all over the place.
Yeah, excuse me, we've gotten dozens of comments on our Facebook page with viewers telling us where they think the worst potholes are. Blake Showalter's live in the studio now with more.
You shared your issues of potholes in the area, and in a minute, I'll tell you how you can report to a local and state officials. But first, I spoke to traffic leaders to find out what they're doing to fix the roads. Assistant District Engineer Brian Oakenfuss says the heartland climate is a main component in why we get so many potholes.
That temperature change causes things to expand and contract. Also, when we have water kind of stuck underneath our pavements, when it freezes and thaws, it'll expand again and contract and cause those issues with the potholes, starts tearing up the pavement.
He says MoDOT covered about 65,000 potholes statewide at a cost of $20 million. He adds it typically takes them a week to fix a pothole after it's reported.
Certainly, you know, if we get a call, we try to get to it within that week or even earlier than that, but it really just depends on where it's at. You know, the more information we can have too, if it's just, hey, it's just a couple inches deep. Hey, it's something that needs addressed.
Now, MoDOT covers a lot of the roads in the region, but what about potholes such as these ones right here? These actually fall under the city of Cape Girardeau. So I talked to the Public Works Department to find out their process for fixing these potholes. Director of Public Works Casey Brunke says the city spends over 2,000 man-hours on potholes a year. She says they work on potholes year-round, but mainly focus on them during the summer months.
We can fix them with a different type of mix. So the asphalt mix that we use in the wintertime is called a cold mix. It's a temporary fix. It'll last until it just pops right back out again. In the summertime, you can get a hot mix, which is a little bit more permanent fix, and it stays in a little bit longer. Brunke says they're out every day maintaining the roads and asks for patience as crews do their best to get to as many potholes as they can. We have 230 miles of streets that we are responsible for. So we have about 16 people that are that they are charged with maintaining those entire 230 miles. So when you think about it, that's about going to St. Louis and back.
If there's a pothole near you in the city of Cape Girardeau, call the Department of Public Works at 573-380-9693 or make a report on the City of Cape's website. If it's a pothole on an interstate or a letter road, call 188-ASK-MoDOT. Jeff, back to you.